And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in the Long Dark, where we're in the process of completing our trade. We have 4 more pieces of cedar firewood left to gather and deposit to complete this current trade, which, in hindsight, probably wasn't worth it for the carrots and potatoes. Cedar firewood is abundant, but after this experience, I'm going to say it's not that abundant. And the lack of whetstones slowed us down a little bit. So I probably wouldn't do that again. We mainly grabbed the carrots and potatoes here so we can do some of the fancier crafting recipes. As I'm trying to look for some of them, and maybe I haven't actually gone and found them yet. That's a different problem. Briar house pie. Fish cakes. So fish cakes, for example, require a little bit of potatoes, require some trout. We can probably source that pretty easily, get some coastal fish cakes. A little bit of max carry weight on there is not bad. Prepper's pie. It's got some burdock root in there. That's actually not as bad as I was thinking. Stalker's pie. Of course, while I'm looking at this, we're not finding anything require carrots. So maybe maybe in hindsight I should not have traded for carrots. Carrots maybe weren't worth the effort. I know they're used in cooking, but apparently we just haven't found the recipes that use them. Yeah, apparently we just haven't found the recipes that use them really. Okay. Yeah, so I might regret finding the carrots. Depends on how long the carrots keep. Been spending enough time looking at the menu here that we have warmed up, so we can go ahead and head out and get to being progressive, productive. Again, we're looking for at least one more cedar limb, and then 1 firewood in addition to that. The firewood we could, in theory, find in the beachcomb, in the surf. I have to say, I don't appreciate the level of fog we've got going on right now. Like, I assume right now I'm vectoring towards the surf, but I can barely see anything. Any identifiable features. Yeah, there's the surf. We'll wander along until we get to the next island. This is good traveling weather, so we'll at least try to make it over to where I think the next limb will be in this weather. Even though this is a little bit of a sketchy weather for what we're trying to do. At least from trying to beachcomb. Because one of the 4 things we needed to find could very easily be in the beachcomb. And that would save us having to harvest a second limb. Well, how much coal do I have on me? Backtrack for a moment and grab some coal. Yeah, that should be enough coal. But yeah, while the weather's good, we'll get maneuvering. And then we'll probably, once the weather turns bad in the late night, try to sleep the rest of the night away. And then we'll harvest a limb or two in the morning. And then we can drag it back, complete the trade, and then we can work on prepping our gear for going out to do tail number 3 in the next stream. So yeah, trade number 3. Tail number 3 is the last of the tails, so if everything goes well, we'll actually get all the tails done. And then we'll mostly be enjoying the world and doing trades to advance the trader's quest. We know from earlier that you are fur, right? Yeah. I was potentially debating stuffing ourselves in that house there to warm up, but I think we'll continue following along here and getting to the next warm spot. I think we can get there without taking any damage. And that is where we're going to go ahead and put the rest in, so it's not a bad idea to push through for the moment.
Can't feel my feet.
They're just complaining a little bit about getting cold. We've been along here long enough that we can confirm that corpse has been searched, probably multiple times. Yeah, the fog here is making feel a lot less safe, even though we're probably safe by the fact that deer is scared of us and not scared of like the local wolves or whatever. You know, this bit we're walking along here feels a lot longer in the dark. The dark and the fog than it really is in the game when it's high visibility. Should be getting pretty close to the coastline at this point. Oh, search this one.
This stuff will come in handy.
So apparently I'm a little lost. Tin of sardines, okay. Yeah, a little lost. My attempt to follow the headlands did not work. Found a cedar limb. Suppose that's, how cold are we? It might be a good way to warm up. Yeah. Let's take this as a good location to warm up. Wait, maybe for the fog to clear a little bit. Get my bearing.
Come on.
Okay. So now I need one more piece of cedar. We're gonna harvest more than one piece of
Pack
cedar
is
because
getting
that's
kind of
just
heavy.
the reality of harvesting them. Okay, we're almost. Okay, yeah, I definitely got a little bit lost. Came off the headlands, or the breakwater a little bit wrong. But the place we were looking for is just a smidge farther along. Yeah. In the meantime, we've been sitting here. The fog has gone away, and I can see exactly where I was heading for, and it's like just a little over the couple steps along. Would have been there. Okay, so this fire is warm enough. What we can do is we can take a torch out. This is on the torch, unless it's a good torch like that one is. Turn it into a stick sort of thing. Because it was a 21-degree fire, and we didn't need the full 21 degrees in practice. I needed more than 10, which was kind of the awkward bit, right? It's like, okay, if I need more than 10, then it probably makes sense to put a piece of coal into it, but 21 is obviously more than I needed there. But yeah, we're looking to find these cabins. I don't think I left any cedar in these. We can do a quick check.
Too heavy.
Down in here, we got water and guts and rabbit hide. Don't think we need the rabbit hide. No. Yeah, it's probably one end or the other. It's probably not in the middle, but yeah, nothing interesting in the middle one. Nope. Okay, so it's just that one down the end which did all the stuff. Yeah. It's been a slight modification on the inside here, which is why we got the thing on the lost and found, but okay, so we do need to find one piece of cedar. The easiest way to do that is probably to find a limb and harvest 3. And the weather right now is probably good enough that we can go ahead and just find it, use a piece of coal, call it good. And then wander back over to the cabins there, sleep the rest of the night away in the cabins. And then head out and drop it off in the morning.
I might have to drop some gear.
Picture's a little hungry. We do know there's a bear meat pile nearby that we can go munch on. So if I remember correctly, I think the second one was fur, and there was a cedar one a little farther up. The fur one. Yeah. We might come back for that one. Once all the siege is done, fur is probably the best way to generate fuel for the fishing hut. Other than just drying in a bunch of coal down. So now that I'm a little bit more used to the Travoy, dragging fuel down, or dragging coal down as the Travoy wouldn't be the worst of ideas. You don't quite get to take advantage of the same shortcuts you do. When you're going on foot.
Come on. Come on.
We're minus 11. Let's go and toss all the sticks in. That won't quite get us warm. But it'll get us warm enough, I think I can just take it anyway. Yeah, because you freeze out pretty slowly at -1.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Take a little bit of cold damage to go over to the bear pile. But the weather's good enough, I think we'll go cook a celebratory feast of bear meat. While the weather's good.
I'm so cold, I'm warming up again.
It'll take a little bit of cold damage on the way over. So now to find the bear meat pile. I do remember it wasn't the easiest to find because of the variance in the grass. Okay. Torch swap. Thank you, refer. Yeah. See where the meat pile is? Maybe we might drag stuff to dual purpose. Gotta find the meat pile. So there's the meat pile. You're vaguely close enough to make a little bit of dual purposing here. We'll have to go run over and grab the meat every meat cycle, but we can do one round of fur harvesting as we cook the first round of bear meat.
Come on, come on.
Yoink, yoink. And we're warm next to this fire, so we'll go ahead and harvest the fir log. Oh, really? Well, at least we can see what we're doing.
I could use a drink.
Grab another 2 pieces of meat.
If I don't rest soon, I'm gonna
Slap it on the barbecue. Okay, unless the weather really gets screwy, we should be able to just safely roll into the bedroll for an hour. Get a little bit of fatigue back, a little bit of nutrition back, and I think I've cooked meat. Okay, I probably have enough. We can do that again. Okay. Put 2 sticks in the fire. That should give us enough time to do another hour snooze. That's all the cooking I think I'm going to do for the moment. A little bit heavy because of the mix of 3 kilograms of fir and 3 kilograms of cedar. I'm probably carrying too much water. Yeah, not too much, but too much. Should be safe enough to at least get back down to the fishing cabins down here on the coast. Arguably against the wolves right now, the torch is not helping. I'm just taking the torch out of habit. Wolves are, in theory, already on high enough alert from the aurora that the torch is not going to scare them. Though it's also, in theory, dawn, so the aurora should not last much longer. We're going to go ahead and let the character sleep until he's fully recovered, then we're going to walk down the coastline to drop our stuff off, drop the fur off, ready the thing for trade, and then we'll probably go over to the garage to pass some time doing maintenance. For example, repair the Travois. Maybe just do some generalized repairs on everything. So we're well prepared for the trip out to the far territories in the next one. Extreme.
Too much stuff to carry.
And yeah, we got a little bit of damage on us, but I think we're just going to recover all that from sleeping for 10 hours, so... Not at all worried about the condition on us. That sounds like a wind. Pretty decent wind. Not something that's going to stop us from setting out, but... Yeah, it's just a small blizzard. I should be able to pass to where I'm going in the blizzard, so we're not going to let that stop us. It is a late afternoon blizzard, so as far as blizzards go, this is a warm blizzard. On Stalker, I'd probably be warm in-game Stalker gear, but Interloper, we are cold enough, we are taking some cold. We are going to slowly freeze out in this weather.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Again, I do want to drop this stuff off for trade before dusk. Probably a good way to describe when we want to get it done by. So we do need to be reasonably quick about getting to where we're going. Blizzard or not, we can't let the blizzard stop us. We're not too worried about calories because all the major places we're going to stop along the way have got calories to eat, so... and yeah, we're basically gonna... If we get to where we're going quickly enough, we are going to do some crafting past what's left of the daylight past. So we're not worried about burning fatigue. Doing a little bit of sprinting here. Okay, we are going to duck in the house up here to warm up. Because while I'm not opposed to taking damage, we don't want to just willy-nilly take all the damage in the world. We've got a destination in mind, and we'd like to get there ASAP. So we're carrying 3 things of fur firewood, which is making us heavier. We're going to leave those at the fishing hut as we pass the fishing hut. But we should speed up as soon as we get there. There's the fish gun. Oops. We actually want to leave 2 pieces of cedar here as well.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Yes, that's exactly what the character's doing. Character? The whole point of what you're doing right now is to leave stuff behind. There you go. Eat some fish. Drop the spare fish. Put it back on the shelf.
Fingers feeling up.
Hydrate it up, and then we're going to go sprinting off to the next location. And not too worried if we're going to take a little bit of damage. We don't want to take a lot, but a little bit's fine. To be fair, depending upon when we get this loaded in, this blizzard might magically end the moment we load the trade site. Because the Aurora will cancel out the blizzard. It's closer to dusk than I would really like it to be for what we're doing. But it'll be fine. There we go. Done, 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 done. Ready for trade. At the earliest opportunity, it should now give us a Aurora. Grab one of you, grab one of you. I'm not going to stay here to do it because we want to be at the garage when the Aurora starts. So I'm just going to grab those 2 things and then as we can. Make our way over to the garage. Anyway, we're taking a little bit of condition damage here in the blizzard. But all cold is the same cold once you get to the negatives like this. So, blizzard or not, if we were cold, we'd be taking damage. Same damage initially, anyway. At least with the blizzard, we don't have to worry about wolves. My vector screwed up. May have got my vector screwed up. Came across the wrong spot. Yeah, it didn't quite come across where I intended to. Close enough, though. Duck in here, and we pass time until the Aurora starts. Okay, we in theory have what we need to repair the travois, so that's what we'll work on to start. There we go, there's the Aurora.
What's the latest?
The latest is the trade is complete.
Stuff will be there soon.
Stuff will be there soon, he says. And I suppose we can see how soon he means that soon is by going out and checking right away. Because in theory, if it's safe enough to get out there to check, it should be done already. I'm not quite sure how tight you can get the turnaround to be. I'm not sure if we can go out there, empty the trade box, come back here, ring them up for the next trade. If we can, that might be what we try to do. But I don't think we'll be able to do that tight. Looks like we're ready for a quick sprint across the pond here. We'll empty the trade box, and then I'll see if I can get back to the garage in time to see if we can signal another trade. Take a little bit of a detour. Oh, fudge. They don't seem to have noticed me yet. I think we got one following us. Yeah. Okay, to lose it, the best way is going to go up into the house, spend 5-10 minutes in the house. What we'll do is we'll just warm up in the house. And then it hopefully won't be there when we come back out. Ask the time, please. Warm. We're gonna come out crouched, just in case it's still there. It shouldn't be. So we can see the other one is here off the coast. That means the stuff should be in the trade box. Yeah. Take it all.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Add flour to the flour pile. Make a potato pile. Make a carrot pile. And we'll hold on to the matches. 1 kilogram of matches. Yes. And that should be empty at this point. Yeah, locked because there's nothing in there. Now if we get back to the garage, we may be able to set up trade 2. Well, set up the next trade. So all I need to do is figure out how to safely pass over. To the garage. And spooked one of the Timberwolves. To be fair, our wolf hide coat can still the wolf hide pants and the bear coat can still scare the Timberwolves. Just not guaranteed to be scared. Oh, that flickering light's pretty strong.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
That one, okay. Okay, we made it back to the garage.
Come in. Repeat. Come in.
He's on the radio again, so we can talk to him about trade.
Well, the lights are out, so I figured you'd be on the air.
Wants
You
documents?
found some of my brother's old papers. He was always writing, drawing up new plans, new designs. In the old days, his crew saw him as some kind of half-assed, end-of-the-world poet. I guess Wyatt's dead-brain buddy must have had some reason for keeping them. The schematics, sure, they'd need those for any repairs, but the other papers... Anyway, that don't tell us where they went. But those guys were useless without Wyatt, weren't they? Keep looking. If I were you, I'd try the trophy hunter next. Wyatt always kept some of his guns with him.
Okay, set
Let's
straight
go.
up. And that is the next step in the quest. Searching for Wyatt. Special quest. We're not worried about guns. Not worried about leveling up our gun skill. We could do that, of course. We're not going to. Cooking oil, we got enough fat laying around if we wanted it. We can make it ourselves. The old flour here is probably worth it. We'll go ahead and put 10 levels of that in. We worked out, we probably don't, the socks, all the socks are the same. Is what we've got. So, yeah, if we wanted some free, well, I say free, wanted some reasonably expensive socks, the real thing that's expensive here is the plants, the harvestable plants on Interloper. Pickles, that's raw fish. I'm gonna queue up that. It's a lot of raw fish, but we can do that. Not gonna bother with the potato again. Not desperate enough for the potatoes. We got 120 matches. I think we're good on matches for a while. Oh, it's matches. And we do have some fur firewood, so it would just be the harvestable plants. I'll resist picking up, because we've got 120 from the last trade. I think we're not desperate enough for more. Don't need the work gloves. Oh, if that wasn't 2 cured maple saplings, we'd be more tempted in it. Same thing here. If it wasn't harvestable plants, we'd be more tempted. Okay, so I think we'll just keep it simple. Pickles, flour, and the request. Okay.
That's fine, I guess.
Sorry for that flashing. Okay, I'm gonna have the character go ahead and take his nice, well-deserved long rest. And I think that'll be a good place to put the heartbreak in and the stream end in. Beginning of next stream, we'll be getting ready to go do Tale 3, and then starting the process of walking out to Tale 3. This is where we're going to head and put the heartbreak in. So if you're watching on YouTube, all things continue as planned. There will be a part up for you tomorrow. Future me will be responsible for recording that. We should be doing the next stream in 4 days. We just recorded 4 parts, so the next stream should be recorded for you by tomorrow. Well, recorded, uploaded, and scheduled for release for you by tomorrow. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can pretty reasonably expect it to be a part up for you tomorrow. I've got 2 days of spare time, in theory, between the recording and the release. So if something comes up and everything gets delayed a day, there should still be a part up for you tomorrow. But yeah, there should be a part up for you tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, the stream schedule as currently planned is we're going to probably do the last planned stream for Terraformers, the Red Planet Awaits tomorrow. Otherwise, it'll just turn into a game that I play when I've got free time. I want to do a pop-up stream. Yeah, so that's tomorrow. The day after that will be the return of Shadow Empire. We're going to start up a new game. The day after that is, because we just finished earlier today, the Victoria 3 run, and Great Qing is going to be, I think we're going to do, what's the game called? Grand Tactician Civil War. The day after tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, so the 3rd day from now. And then the 4th day will be the return. We'll be back to playing the Long Dark. We're probably going to be going out to begin the process to start working on Tale number 3. Again, I really haven't spoiled myself on what needs to be done for Tale number 3. So hopefully it's not too hard, and I can do it mostly blind. Otherwise, we'll end up getting into a location for Tale number 3, and we'll end the stream, and they'll have to go spoil it a little bit, so I'm not thrashing around too hard in there. I know the Tale number 3 zone, there's an area with a lot of wolves, and there's an area that's really cold. And that's all I know about the area. There's a windy high altitude area with no wolves. That's really cold. And then there's the lower area that's not as cold. Well, it's far territory, so it's cold. But it's not as cold as the wolf-free area. But it's supposedly inundated with wolves, even on Interloper. So yeah, we're going to see how well that goes. See how well I get lost. That'll be 4 days from now. So that's the upcoming planned streams. So I hope you've all been enjoying. If you're watching on Twitch and you have any comments, now's your last opportunity to get them in while the stream is live. Else, you can hop over to the YouTube channel, which is WillCole100, and leave them over there. As might be the case because the VODs, the live stream VODs stay up for 7 days. So you might technically be watching this on Twitch like up to 7 days after it's been recorded. So if you're doing that, and obviously Twitch is not very great for asynchronous comments, if you've got any comments you want to make, feel free to hop over to the YouTube channel, leave them over there, which is willcole100. Vice versa, if you're watching on YouTube and you want to catch this stuff being recorded live, the username for the Twitch channel is willcole. They're basically the same username, just on one platform I have 100 at the end, the other one I don't. And counterintuitively, the one where I can probably, or the one where I can't get the 100 at the end is actually the Twitch, right? So for whatever reason, I couldn't put the 100 at the end on Twitch. So I'm only willcole on Twitch. I'm willcole100 on YouTube. And then on Reddit, I'm willcole001 to make things confusing. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube and you want to try catching it live, you can go over to Twitch and watch willcole, is where I record it live. I do try to record something every night. The schedule is not super reliable on when that starts. It will ideally it would be 8 to midnight West Coast time, but it tends to end up being 10 to 2 West Coast time. So expect in that sort of window if you're coming over from YouTube or if you're watching later on Twitch. So I've given what the rough stream schedule is, and I suppose if you're watching this live or watching this on YouTube later, because again we're 6 days behind, all of that should be in your past. So again, that means you can probably expect there to be a new part for this coming up tomorrow. That also means if you can't wait for the next part, or you heard one of those other things you really want to go watch it and it isn't up on YouTube yet, you can probably hop over to Twitch and watch the after action or the VOD that hangs around for 7 days. My understanding is the YouTube quality will be a little bit more reliable because I'm recording locally and uploading to YouTube at 1080p 30 frames per second. So you should be getting reliable quality on YouTube. Whereas Twitch gets throttled based on whatever the local internet situation is. So in just having this conversation, it's oscillated up and down between 40 kilobits per second and 4,000 kilobits per second. So I have it set so it's adjusting the quality so they get reliable frames. So in theory, they're getting reliable frames as well. But they are probably suffering from the quality going up and down and up and down and up and down. So if you're watching YouTube, you're probably getting slightly better quality, but if you can't wait for the next part to come out, you should be able to hop over to Twitch and watch the VOD on Twitch that was streamed live. And then the plan, obviously, is Twitch VODs only stay up for 7 days. So if you can't catch it 7 days, or some of the series run longer than 7 days, to be fair. Like, so Long Dark, obviously, has been running for hundreds of days at this point. And you want to see older bits, the older bits stay up on YouTube. And the plan is to get them uploaded and released on YouTube before they come down off of Twitch. So that's the plan. That's sort of the channel announcements and reminders. Hope you've all been enjoying, and wish you all best of luck and a good time until the next part. And bye for now.